Hello everyone, Features A32 back again with another What's on Deck. We got a few decks to talk about on Kickstarter, some that are coming soon outside of Kickstarter, and you'll have to excuse me because I seem to have come down with a cold, but let's get on with it. First of all, new on Kickstarter, the Element playing cards, right here from self-titled Element playing cards, from Italy. And actually, when you look at this deck, it doesn't even say Element. It looks like it says Clement or something weird. I don't know why people think it's a cool idea to screw up letters like this. I mean, that's not an E, that's a C. It just looks stupid. It doesn't say Element. It doesn't even say any word in English. It looks like it's Greek or something. It's just ridiculous. And I brought that up with them, and they haven't bothered to change it. But I mean, look at this. It looks silly. It's a minimalist deck, as you can see by the court cards featuring elements. It's going to be produced by MPC, Make Playing Cards. The back design is, well, it's not overly exciting. It's pretty minimalist. It's just a globe and a couple other little details. There's not much going on there. The only good thing about this deck is the pips. They're actually nice. But that's not enough to sell a deck of cards, in my opinion. The court cards are a little bit odd, but they're okay. As you can see, hearts represent fire. Diamonds represent air. And they're all kind of similar as well, as you can see. Spades represent water, and of course clubs represent earth. Would have been nice maybe if they had 4 different colored suits to go with the 4 elements, but it's a minor detail. And apparently there's, you can see right here, plans for perhaps a red deck. I don't think they're going to even reach the goal for this one deck. Never mind a second deck. And they already posted an update saying that if they hit the €8,000 goal, that they're going to launch another campaign for another deck. And it's like, what? I mean, you haven't even proven yourself. This is your first project. You haven't delivered anything, and already you want to talk about launching a second project? That to me is a no-no, and sounds like a red flag. Moving along to red flags. Pirate playing cards by Daniel Olson. Not his first project. He already did another one called Viking playing cards, which, by the way, was exactly the same as this, just a different name. There is no artwork, there is no information except for pirates are cool, playing cards are something great. Let's make a pirate playing cards deck. The only risk he has is delays in printing and fulfillment, but he's got nothing. There is no information, there's no artwork, he has done nothing. You look at his Viking card project from several months ago, it's exactly the same thing. 10,000 whatever goal, which I think works out to about $1,300. Very slim chance this is going to reach any kind of funding, even though there's 56 days left. Just because there's nothing there. Nobody who in their right mind would back this, although apparently 7 people were crazy enough or dumb enough to back this. To me, this is just full of red flags and should be shut down. They're not selling anything. This is completely against Kickstarter terms because he's actually not selling anything, producing anything from the looks of it. I've contacted him, and once again, like the Viking playing card project, he says this is a, quote, test project. This time he's trying to check out how Google Analytics will work with this project. Sorry, but that's completely against Kickstarter terms of service. You cannot run test projects, and despite what you may think, Daniel, nobody else runs test projects because it's stupid. And by the way, you've already run a test project. Maybe you should have done this in your last project. That was a test project as well, but that is all red flags. Obviously, he's just trying to score some money, and I don't think it's going to happen. and everyone should report it, as far as I'm concerned, because according to Kickstarter terms, you have to sell, you have to produce and share something with backers. He's not doing that, despite what he says, or what the, goals say here. In fact, all it says is decks of cards. It doesn't, there's nothing else. There's nothing going on. There's no pictures. Zip. Stay away. Moving along. Grotesque, Macabre from Lautrec, Half Moon Playing Cards. Excuse me. This is basically a sequel to his original Grotesque playing cards, which came out about a year ago or so. That it was the United Cards deck last year, 2014, I think it was. And it was pretty interesting. This one's a little bit more macabre, if you will. And it's already 82% funded, 25 days to go. It will be funded. They're going to be printed by Expert Playing Cards. There's an original edition and a limited edition. Original edition is going to have tuck case printed with special inks on a matte black stock with foil and embossing. A limited edition will be printed on gold stock, foiled and embossed. I've never seen that before. I didn't even know there was such a thing as gold stock. Print runs are going to be determined by the demand. So if a lot of people buy them, there's going to be 2,000 printed. If not so many people buy them, maybe it can only be 1,000 printed. Who knows? Here you see the tuck cases. They spell grotesque a little bit different, which is fine. Back design similar yet different to the originals. Court cards are definitely different, as you can see. It's a baby, a dead baby. But similar, as you can see as well, to the originals. I'm liking it, and I definitely, recommend checking it out. He always does a good job on his decks. Though I am surprised he's using expert playing cards because of what happened in his last project, where decks were mixed up in the wrong tuck cases. So, kind of makes me question why. Go with the same thing. He's really looking for more problems. I mean, I don't know. Next up, number 17, La Sat Rose playing cards from Requiem Team, aka Lorenzo Gazziotti. This is the last in the number 17 branded decks. This one is La Sat Rose, which is a red cat. As you can see by his Joker here, pretty cool. Very nice work on the cards. They're again similar but different from the original ones. Obviously, the tuck case is much different. You got this black border on the faces and the backs. The court cards you can see and the Jokers are similar, but again, like I said, they're different. Featuring red cats on the Jokers, obviously. The backs are actually black. And it's a nice, you can see here the original and the new one. Apparently she woke up. But yeah, awesome deck. I look forward to checking it out. Reveals in the Joker, that's always nice. There's that red cat again, and the Ace of Diamonds, which appears to be the main ace for this deck instead of the Ace of Spades. So yeah, definitely awesome looking deck. Definitely check it out. There's red foil accents on the backs, as you can see, which looks pretty awesome. And the tuck box. And there is also a plan for some really limited edition decks to be unlocked, I believe. I think. Actually, I can't even recall. Maybe not. But usually there is. Moving along, the Venture deck from Sky Estrada has been relaunched. It has funded only because there was a goal of $950, which is pretty easy to reach, even if your deck isn't all that. Not a big fan of the indexes or the artwork on this deck. The back design, at least the back design is mirror image now. Before it was just a one-way. But I mean, look at these indexes. They're not very usable for anything. The aces are different from the number cards. You got all sorts of stuff going on with the faces. Way too much, as you can see. They got pips in there. They got words. They got lines. All sorts of stuff. It's just kind of weird. Too much going on, in my opinion. And again, the court cards, a bit too much going on. But it's not overly usable for anything, and I'm not even serious producing it with a goal of $950. But apparently, if they somehow hit $5,500, there will be gold foil added somewhere, somehow. I don't think they'll hit that goal. Moving along, I want to tell you one thing here about the Nuvo playing cards. It's well funded. The red version there has been unlocked for some time, so make sure you check it out. They have now added these limited edition versions that have metallic cardstock on the boxes, the Grand Reservas in both colors, which are $60 each plus shipping, which is just ridiculous. You do get 5 additional cards in these decks, but as you can see, Queen, Jack, King, and there is no suits because, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a tarot theme going on, but yeah, there's no suits, it's just the Queen, Jack, King. I'm guessing we're going to see Ace. Ace is coming up, Ace or Joker, both, whatever, I don't know. We'll see. But it's $60 plus $10 shipping, or if you want one of each, you get $120 plus $10 shipping. Isn't that nice? If you get one of each, you only pay shipping for one. Big deal. I mean, you're paying $120 for 2 decks. You shouldn't even pay shipping at that rate. And apparently there's only going to be 50 of each available. Anyways, that is that. That's what I got for today. Stay tuned for the non-Kickstarter decks. I'll see ya right in a moment with the other video. Apologies. That's it for Kickstarter. Let's get on to non-Kickstarter decks that have launched this week or coming soon. First of all, Wolves playing cards, which is now on Indiegogo. Not overly exciting in my opinion. And this picture is pretty bad. I don't know why they do that. It just doesn't show off the cards in any way good. But here you see the back design, kind of a diamond back pattern with some wolves on there. I guess that's the Jokers, or just the wolf. And then the court cards have nothing to do with wolves whatsoever. It's a bunch of the creators, I'm guessing magician buddies, and it's not overly exciting. And yeah, court cards so random. Ugliest court cards I've seen. I wouldn't say the ugliest, but they are pretty random. And so far in 6 hours they have absolutely $0. They got 51 days left. They can have 500 days left. This is not going to fund. Okay, maybe 500 days is a bit exaggeration, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't hit $10,000 in that amount of time because there's just not that many people looking for playing cards on Indiegogo. And if they are, you know, you have to actually have followers. I don't know who this guy is. Apparently he's got over 500 Facebook friends. Apparently not one of them is interested in playing cards. Apparently he loves to cards and loves to draw. Loves to cards. But apparently he loves drawing so much that he's unable to draw actual court cards. He just drew the faces, which is pretty simple, I think. And a simple pattern on the back design. If he really is an artist, he could have done a whole lot better than standard court cards with random faces on them. I don't even know if they're actual people that are friends of his or magician friends or what. Number cards, standard, ace of spades. Looks like copy and paste, really. Follow your instinct. My instinct says, no thank you. Just saying, it's just a really minimalist deck, considering this guy considers himself a fan of drawing and art. It's not gonna happen. To be printed by expert playing cards, maybe in 10 years. We'll see. That's that. Next up, this one, Never Forgotten by Robert Wright. Sorry. If it ain't right, it ain't white. It's Robert Wright, and Randy Butterfield is actually the designer. It's fairly standard. They just unveiled this deck at the 52 Plus Joker convention, which is ongoing this weekend, I guess. It's this weekend. Um, Very nice looking, as you can see on the tuck case. Friend, love, never forgotten. Son, daughter, never forgotten. Mother, father, never forgotten. Life, never forgotten. Basically, it kind of pays an homage to those who we have lost, but will never forget. Nicely embossed and foiled tuck case, as you can see. There's actually a reference on these two Jokers of what the quote cards represent. Basically, it represents different types of cancers and diseases. And there's different colored ribbons or colors on the court cards. So it's basically standard court cards, but with different colors representing the different ribbons of the diseases and or cancers. And here's your back design. Very nice. Simple, but elegant, mirror imaged. Ace of Spades, very nice. Everything looks great. It looks pretty good. It's going to be available this Monday, tomorrow, right here. Neverforgotten.storeenvy.com. It's currently under construction, and it should be pretty good. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you have a heart, you should get these, because it's all about people you've lost and, stuff like that. Never forgetting. I think it's worthwhile everyone checking out. Moving along, we got this. The new 52 Plus Jokers 2015 Club Deck, designed by Paul Carpenter at Incarnate. I see what he's been busy with over the last little while since he hasn't released anything else. Tuck case looks pretty good. Sadly, this is not the back design, even though it's a one-way. But it's a pretty nice looking tuck case. Check out the back. There's a cutout in the center and a numbered seal. Only 1,000 produced. It's going to go very fast. And printed by Expert Playing Card Company. Nice ace of spades. Nice classic looking jokers. Very fitting for the whole, club. And then there's the back design, which some people are not a major fan of. I think it's okay. There's gold foil in there. It looks pretty cool. I'd have to see it really personally or close up to really get a feel for it and see if I like it or not. My only concern is that it's available to club members right now. I don't know if there's a limit that you can buy. Obviously, there's not that many club members, so they're not going to buy out everything. And obviously, there's going to be some available on his website. They will be available on Encarta.com. Apparently, sometime in November. I'll keep you posted on that. Although I'm going to make sure I secure a deck first. Obviously. Moving along. Let's see if there's any information on this. Bicycle. Crazy 8's no info yet, but it's coming soon. Triple Vision, this is coming soon to Kickstarter. I mentioned it before. It's from One Widow. I'm not sure who's producing it. It could be the same company that produced the other decks previously. And it's going to be on Kickstarter, launching October the 14th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That is in 4 days. That's like Tuesday, I think it is. Let's see. Wednesday, actually. Wednesday on Kickstarter. This one I want to mention, the Gorilla deck that Albino Dragon was thinking of putting on Kickstarter. They have, where's the artwork? It's not even on here. Okay, get on with it here. I apologize. Gorilla deck, bicycle gorilla deck. Gorillafied. They've decided not to go through with this deck because at a $15 price tag, People are just not interested. I see they've removed the art from there, even though they still have the link. However, I know that Gambler's Warehouse is interested. I believe that Gambler's Warehouse is interested in getting the artwork and probably producing it themselves. But whether or not they actually sell the artwork to them, I don't know. We'll see. Sleepy Hollow playing cards. I've mentioned this before. It is now available at whisperinimps.com. Sadly, the court cards are repeating. So there's only one Jack, one Queen, one King. The indexes on the Ace and the court cards don't match up with the indexes of the number cards, because the number cards don't have this pattern on the border, so it's a bit different. And this is not the back design. In case anyone was wondering, the back design is not even shown in these images. The back design is this, except it's all gold. There's no white, which is again a little bit disappointing. I was pretty much disappointed with this deck. Jack Sellers Blue Edition people are already receiving them from Theory 11. I hope to get mine within the next couple of weeks. They look really nice, as you can see. And this, Die Like Kings. New Kings deck coming soon to Illusionist. Supposedly the final one, but we all know how good Illusionist is with finality. They can never let something die, because they always find some way to bring it back. We find some more in the warehouse, blah, blah, blah this, blah, blah, blah that. It's annoying. So hopefully they will keep the word on this. It's a red one, blood colored one. So we'll see. That, I think, is what I've got. I will see you next time, next week, with more What's on Deck.